So now I'm going to be showing you how to compile the smart contract locally, deploy it locally, and then how to now link up. So don't forget that we are using this test account from Ganache. We will now link all this up with our MetaMask so that we'll be able to use MetaMask to interact with our front-end application locally. So the first thing we need to do, if you come to this ignition folder, then you will see that we have a file, a folder called modules. So now for that modules, you can see we have a log.js. The same thing we did for the smart contract. Let's just rename it. Let's rename it to supply chain module.js. So that's the file that we have the configuration for our deployment. So I'll just type it now. So let's do const JavaScript configuration now. Build module is equals to require. We installed a particular setup when we're setting up Hardhat. So no make foundation, Hardhat ignition modules. So this will compile our smart contract and automatically it will deploy it at ignition module. Just terminate the semicolon. So the same stuff apply for supply chain module. So we build the module and which smart contract are we trying to? So the name is supply chain module, and then we want to create an arrow function. Let's just pass a parameter m. Then we have const the smart contract now, supply chain is equals to m.contracts. And what's the name of your smart contract? Please make sure it is the same name like as this. So it has to be this. You can just even rename it, copy it this way. So that will give me this. So once you have that, you can then terminate with the semicolon. So I will just return it. Just return the same supply chain identifier of define. So terminate with the semicolon. And I will then do module.export is equals to the supply chain module. So that will do the magic for us. All thanks to Hardhat doing the work in the background. So now that we have defined the scripts that we are going to be using to compile and deploy our smart contract locally, it's now time for us to update the configuration file to make Hardhat see that we want to use Ganache. Then also we want to deploy it locally, setting the network ID and the like. So what you need to do that is you come to hardhat.config.js. You can see that here you have the let me just keep this open because it's a way to know what we're working on. Hardhat.config.js. So this is actually, it has the where you can define the Solidity compiler that you want Hardhat to use, and you also want to define that, okay, I want to target a local blockchain server. So what we just need to do is for us to say Solidity, this is the version of Solidity we are using. If you don't forget, then also we want to define the networks. We want to set it to localhost, the URL will be, you set it to the URL of Ganache. If you come to Ganache, you'll see that you have a particular URL here. It's the URL that we are using, RPC URL. So just change this to small letter, HTTP. This is an address for localhost, and then this is what we're using to target that we are using Ganache. So this is to tell you that we are using Ganache. Then the chain ID for, since it's a local host, we have to set the chain ID to 1337 since it is local hosts. Alright, so having done that, then we are good to go with our local compilation and deployment. So to deploy our smart contract locally, all we just need to do is for you to open your terminal. So I'll just go terminal, new terminal. Alright, so you must make sure, let me just check there's a terminal been using for this before. Alright, but you must make sure that just do list, show you in the blockchain folder, because that's where we are, that's the folder we are using for. So check and you know that you are in the blockchain where you have a Hardhat and the like. So make sure you have saved your files. Make sure you save your files. So once you save your file, then I clean now. Then I make sure I'm in the blockchain folder. So I'll just do npx. This is the command to compile your smart contract and then run it. So npx Hardhat ignition deploy. You do dot the current folder. Where does your deployment scripts, where do you put it? Then it is the current folder because you are currently in the blockchain folder. This is the blockchain folder. Then you want to enter the ignition folder. Then from there you want to enter the modules. You can see this is blockchain. This is where we are currently. Then we want to enter the ignition folder. From there we want to enter the modules folder. Then from there you want to pick up a file called supply chain module.js. That's it. Very simple. Then you want to flag the network so that we know that I am flagging it as localhost. Make sure your files are saved and run this command. So once you have this command, just press enter. So once you press enter, your scripts will be deployed. Just give it some time. Now you can see it is asking us to confirm if you want to deploy to a local host with the port 1337. Then I'll confirm yes, I know. So you can see my Solidity code has been compiled and deployed successfully. You can see compile one file successfully. Add that ignition. This is the script it used. Successfully deployed address. So you need this address. Just copy it and keep it somewhere. I will just copy it and keep it somewhere. You should also copy it and put it somewhere because you're going to be needing it. So since your script has been successfully deployed, even if you come to Ganache and you check transactions, you'll see that there's a transaction that is telling you that you created a contract. So that's to tell you that your Hardhat is actually communicating with your Ganache server. And you check the block, the same thing, we have one transaction. And now